Hare
We'll
Krishna
have a
Maharaj.
Kirtan. Hare Krishna Maharaj. We'll have a Kirtan for 5 minutes. Maybe Abhayji could be your responder.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes. Okay, 8 o'clock. So then we'll start with Kirtan, and Maharaj will class at 8:05.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine.
Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine.
Namaste Saraswati Deva Gauravani Pracharini Nevishesha Shunyavadi Pashatyade Sattarini.
Namaste Saraswati Deve
Prabhupada.
Gauravani Pracharine
Prabhupada.
Nirvishes Sunyavadi
Prabhupada.
Paschatya Desatarine.
Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda
Nityananda
Shri Advaita Gadadha Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo Hare Ramo 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo Hare Ramo 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo Hare Ramo 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada Jaya Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada
Jaya Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada Jaya Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada
Jaya Padita Pavana Srila Prabhupada Jaya Padita Pavana Srila Prabhupada
Jaya Patita Pavan Srila Prabhupada Jaya Patita Pavan Srila Prabhupada
Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva
Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva.
Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Ananda Kodi Vaishnava Brinda ki. All those assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you, Prabhu. So Maharaj is here, so
Jaya
class now.
Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Vaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
So we're very fortunate. This in I guess 10 more days, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. We'll be having a chance to celebrate the anniversary of Lord Chaitanya's appearance. And hoping he'll rise up more and more in our heart and appear more and more in our heart and benedict us wonderfully with the love of God, reawaken our natural consciousness very quickly. Yeah. So we've been asked to go ahead and say something more, and it's unfortunate for everybody, but we'll try and do something here. Can we share our screen? Yes, we can. Okay. And then, let's see here. We can go ahead and, okay. Want to minimize this. And let's see. You can hide the, how do you do this? Okay. And last time we were looking at a PowerPoint show that we started, and we didn't quite finish it, but what it was, verses from our Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition that have been very, very prominent for us. Yeah? And of course we have from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, especially these two mantras, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, and Panchatattva mantra, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. So of course, Prabhupada says the whole Krishna consciousness movement can be based upon these two mantras, and so everything else is kinkaraha, servant of chanting these Maha mantras, because Prabhupada says they are Maha mantra. So japa means that we can softly, quietly chant for ourselves. Kirtan means we can chant out loud, and Sankirtan means many people together. Prabhupada says, first I chant and you listen. Then he says, you chant and I listen. And very, very dynamic process. We can't be just ignoring the other part when they're chanting. We actually have to be listening with great attention and work. And then we can understand what they're saying, and we can then participate and increment the glorification of Krishna. Okay. So Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Then Nadapi Sanichena Todori Vasa Hishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. Yeah. One should try and chant these holy names, thinking oneself more and more lower than the grass in the street. Yeah. One should be more tolerant than the tree. Yeah. And one should be ready to offer all respects to others, not flattering people, but actually looking for their qualities, looking for their good qualities, yeah? And not expecting any honor for ourselves. Of course, Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, if you can do your service your whole life and that not depending on anybody to recognize what you're doing, that's self-realization. Self-realization. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Tunadapi Sanichena. Then we had, next, where's here? My God, our PowerPoint show has gone bad. Okay. Srimad Bhagavatam 1047-63. And this is very significant for us because, we got this name from Srila Prabhupada, Hanumat Preshak. He who sent Hanuman with a message. He who sent Hanuman with a message. So Ramachandra did so many things. He's the husband of Sita. He's the son of Dasarat. He's the conqueror of Lanka. He's the protector of Ayodhya. So many pastimes, so many activities. But he especially is known also as the sender of Hanuman. So maybe I'll repeat. Vande Nanda Brajastrinam. Vande Nanda Brajastrinam. Vande Nanda Brajastrinam.
Vande Nanda Vaja Srinam
Padarenum Abhikshnasaha.
Bhadarenu Abhiksha
Abhiknashaha.
Abhikshashaha Abhiksha
Abhiknashaha.
Bhadarenu Abhiksha
Yeah, that means perpetually. Vande Nanda Brajastrinam.
Vande Nanda Vaja Srinam
Padarenum Abhiknashaha.
Bhadarenu Abhiksha
Yasham Hari Katod Gitam.
Yadayashraya Hari Geetam
Yasham Hari Katod Gitam.
Yadashraya Hari Geetam. I'm missing something.
Punati Bhuvanatrayam.
Nati Bhavanatrayam
This is Uddhava's offering to the gopis. He goes to see all the Brisvasis. He's so much overwhelmed by their attitude and position. And he prays to be a blade of grass, Trinadapi, in Vrindavana. Yeah. Then he glorifies, illuminates the gopis, Brisvasis. And then they offer this one prayer. This one prayer he offers it then. Yeah. I offer my respectful obeisances perpetually to the feet of the ladies of Nanda Maharaj's village. Their loud chanting of the glories of the Lord purifies the three worlds. So we have to chant loudly. We have to purify our senses in the sensuous world. We have to purify space. Yeah, yeah. And then we have to purify, Vaikuntha and in Goloka even, by our chanting. So we have to chant not just with our lips, but with our minds and with our hearts. Yeah, yeah. And it becomes more and more natural. So, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Hare Krishna Hare Ram, Tanadapi Sunichena, Vande Nanda Vrajastrinam. The other one we mentioned was Srimad Bhagavatam 6, 522, which is easy to remember because 2 and 2 is 4. So it's 654. And this is the section where Narada Muni is being cursed by Prajapati Daksha. And Prabhupada gives very, very nice, what do you call it? Purport. No? Nice purport. 6:5:22. Okay. The 7 notes, Saragama Padani, are used in musical vibrations, but originally they come from the sound of Samaveda. Narada Muni vibrates as sounds describing the pastimes of the Supreme Lord, which are all so funny, so interesting, so new, so ever expanding. Why such transcendental vibrations, as Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I fixes his mind on the lotus feet of the Lord, directly perceives Rishikesh, travels all over the world. And then Prabhupada includes a song. Narada Muvadai Bhajai Bino Radhika Ramana Name Namu Amuani Udito Aya Bhakota Name. Yeah. And again, this is one of 2 songs that Srila Prabhupada quotes in their entirety in his purports. The other one is Goranga Bolite Hare Pulakasarya. And both are extremely important, extremely worth memorizing, meditating, contemplating. And then, of course, they'll just flow out of our pores, out of our nose and ears in this life or the next. And we'll be acting in this mood, appreciating this mood, like Narada Muni, traveling all over the world, singing the glories of the Lord, Radhika Ramana. So we discussed these mantras. Then the last one, is it here? Was Chaitanya Charitamrita 3:13:33. Chaitanya, so 3 is Antya Lila, and then 1:3, so it's 3:1:3:1:3:3. 3:1:3:1:3:3. 3:1:3:1:3:3. And we like this especially. It touches us very much in terms of our own particular nature and service. Everybody has their own particular, what can we say, nature, service, activities. And we're just hoping other people will also maybe share some of the mantras that are, illuminated their Baba perspective, like we're doing here. So this last one is in Antya-lila, Antya-lila chapter 13. And it discusses many things. It talks about how Lord Chaitanya was very attracted by the beautiful singing of one of the Devi Dasis in the temple of Jagannath, and was running to embrace her. And then Govinda is running after him, other people, and they grab him. And Govinda says, the singer is a woman. And Lord Chaitanya is, comes back to external consciousness, and he says, "Now, thank you, Govinda. If I had embraced a woman, I would have died. I would have had to kill myself. Danger is everywhere. You must always stay with me and protect me." Okay. So when this was happening in Puri, during this time, Raghunath Bhattacharya, the son of Tapan Mishra, gave up all his duties and left home intending to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Accompanied by a servant carrying his bagage, Raghunath Bhatta started from Varanasi and traveled along the path leading to Bengal. In Bengal, he met Ramadas Vipra, who belonged to the Kayastha caste. He was one of the king's secretaries. And Prabhupada explains the word Vishvasa, Kanara, Kayastha indicate a secretary or clerk belonging to the Kayastha class. The Kayasthas were usually secretaries to kings, governors, other important persons. It is said that anyone working in the government secretariat at this time was a Kayastha. Ramadasa Vishvasa was very learned in all revealed scriptures. He was a teacher of the famous book Kavya Prakash and was known as an advanced devotee and worshipper of Raghunath, Lord Ramachandra. The purport, commenting on the word Parama Vaishnava, Sri Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that anyone who desires to merge into the existence of the Lord cannot be a pure Vaishnava. But because Ramadas Vishwas, was a great devotee of Lord Ramachandra, he was almost a Vaishnava. No, in those days, no one could distinguish between a pure Vaishnava and a pseudo Vaishnava. Therefore, Ramadas Vishwas was known as a Vaishnava because he worshipped Lord Ramachandra. Ramadas had renounced everything, was going to see Lord Jagannath. While traveling, he chanted the holy name of Lord Rama 24 hours a day. Wow. But he was motivated by becoming one with the Lord. When he met Raghunath Bhatta on the way, he took Raghunath Bhatta's baggage on his head and carried it. Ramadas served Raghunath Bhatta in various ways, even massaging his legs. Raghunath Bhatta felt some hesitation in accepting all this service. Of course, this is maybe like 20 years after, 25, 30, 40 years. Maybe 30, 40 years after Columbus discovered America. So everything was still, you understand, very simple in the processes and the paraphernalia, the travel and the people and the consciousness and the politics. You know? But they're going together. And Raghunath Bhatta felt some hesitation in accepting all this service. You are a very respectable gentleman, a learned scholar, and a great devotee, Raghunath Bhatta said. Please do not try to serve me. Just come with me in a happy mood. Ramadas replied, I am a Shudra, a fallen soul. To serve a Brahmana is my duty and religious principle. Therefore, please do not hesitate. I am your servant. And when I serve you, my heart becomes jubilant. Thus Ramadas carried the baggage of Raghunath Bhatta and served him sincerely. He constantly chanted the holy name of Ramachandra day and night. Traveling this way, Raghunath Bhatta soon arrived at Jagannath Puri. There he met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with great delight and fell at his lotus feet. Raghunath Bhatta fell straight as a rod at the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then the Lord embraced him, knowing well who he was. Raghunath offered respectful obeisance to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on behalf of Tapa Mishra and Chandrasekhar, and the Lord inquired about them. It is very good that you have come here, the Lord said. Now go to see the lotus-eyed Lord Jagannath. Today we will accept prasad here at my place. The Lord asked Govinda to arrange for Raghunath Bhatta's accommodations and then introduced him to all the devotees headed by Swarup Damodar Goswami. Thus Raghunath lived with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continuously for 8 months. And by the Lord's mercy, he felt increasing transcendental happiness every day. He would periodically cook rice with various vegetables and invite Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to his home. Raghunath Bhatta was an expert cook. Whatever he prepared tasted just like nectar. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would accept with great satisfaction all the food he prepared. After the Lord was satisfied, Raghunath Bhatta would eat his remnants. When Ramadas Vipra met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Lord did not show him any special mercy, although this was their first meeting. Within his heart, Ramadas Vishwas was an impersonalist, but who desired to merge into the existence of the Lord. He was very proud of his learning. Since Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the omniscient, supreme personality of Godhead, he can understand the heart of everyone. And thus he knew all these things. Ramadas Vishwas then took up residence in Jagannath Puri and taught Kavya Prakash to the Pattanayaka family, the descendants of Bhavananda Roy. After 8 months, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bade farewell to Raghunath Bhatta, the Lord flatly forbade him, do not marry. Raghunath Bhatta had become a greatly advanced devotee while still unmarried. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could see this, and therefore he advised him not to begin the process of material sense gratification. Material marriage is a concession for people who are unable to control their senses. Raghunath, however, being an advanced devotee, naturally had no desire for sense gratification. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advised him not to enter the bondage of marriage. Generally, a person cannot make much advancement in spiritual consciousness if he is married. He or she become attached to family are prone to sense gratification. Thus, their spiritual advancement is very slow or almost nil. Generally speaking, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to Raghunath Bhatta, when you return home, serve your aged father and mother who are devotees, and try to study Srimad Bhagavatam of a pure Vaishnava who has realized God. And Prabhupada talks very, very sincerely about studying Bhagavatam from a real devotee and not from somebody who's preaching for material reasons. And I can see as a sannyasi, of course, you can also preach Bhagavatam because then people give you a place to stay and food to eat. So you can also become, a professional reciter. Yeah. And why did he tell him that to serve his parents? Yeah. And Lord Chaitanya is explaining that parents who give spiritual life to their children are not ordinary parents like that. So they should be served. And this is actual spiritual principle. It says, come again to Nilachala. Okay, after this, the Lord put his own neck beads on Raghunath Bhatta's neck. Then the Lord embraced him and bade him farewell. Overwhelmed with ecstatic love, Raghunath Bhatta began to cry due to imminent separation from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. After taking permission from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the devotees, headed by Swarup Damodar, Raghunath Bhatta returned to Varanasi. In accordance with the instructions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he continuously rendered service to his mother and father for 4 years. He also regularly studied Srimad Bhagavatam from a self-realized Vaishnava. Then his parents died at Kashi. He became detached. He therefore returned to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, giving up all relationships with his home. So it's very nice with Lord Chaitanya's appearance. We can see how he dealt with these 6 Goswamis, with these very principal personalities. Yeah? And how everybody had different relationship and different service to do. As previously, Raghunath remained continuously with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for 8 months. Then the Lord gave him the following order. My dear Raghunath, on my order, go to Vrindavan and live there under the care of Rupa and Sanatana Goswamis. In Vrindavan, you should chant the Hare Krishna mantra 24 hours a day and read Srimad Bhagavatam continuously. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, will very soon bestow his mercy upon you. After saying this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced Raghunath Bhatta, and by the Lord's mercy, Raghunath was enlivened with ecstatic love. After a festival, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had been given some unspiced betel and a garland of tulasi leaves, 14 cubits long. A cubit is the distance from your shoulder to the tip of your fingers. If you extend your arm, which is basically 2/3 of a meter, 2/3 of a yard. The garland had been worn by Jagannath, so it was 14 cubits. That's 14 times 2/3 meters, which is 28 thirds. I think about 9 feet long. Yeah. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave the garland and betelness to Raghunath Bhatta, who accepted them and worshipped as a worshipable deity and preserved them very carefully. Taking permission from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Raghunath Bhatta then departed for Vrindavan. When he arrived there, he put himself under the care of Rupa and Sanatan. When reciting Srimad Bhagavatam in the company of Rupa and Sanatan, Raghunath Bhatta would become overwhelmed with ecstatic love for Krishna. He experienced, by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, the symptoms of ecstasy: tears, trembling, faltering voice, tears, trembling, faltering voice. Eyes filled with tears, throat became choked, and he could not recite Srimad Bhagavatam. His voice was as sweet as a cuckoo. He would recite each verse of Srimad Bhagavatam in 3 or 4 different ragas, tunes. Thus his recitations were very sweet to hear. When he recited or heard the beauty and sweetness of Krishna, he would become overwhelmed with ecstatic love and become oblivious to everything. Thus, Raghunath fully surrendered at the lotus feet of Lord Govinda, and those lotus feet became his life and soul. Subsequently, ordered disciples to construct temple for Govinda, various ornaments, including flute and shark-shaped earrings he prepared. Would neither hear nor speak about anything of the material world. He was simply to discuss Krishna and worship of Krishna day and night. Not listen to Vaishnava, blasphemy of Vaishnava, nor would he listen to talk of a Vaishnava's misbehavior. He knew only that was engaged in Krishna's service. He knew only that everyone was engaged in Krishna's service. He did not understand anything else. Okay. And very, very nice purport. This is the one that we picked out here because um, very principled to us. Even just recently, maybe a month, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, some time ago, some very, very long-standing politics in one country became very prominent, and going through different levels, and people dividing into different camps, and you know pushing past the regional council, the GB regional secretary, and eventually going all the way to the Latin American GBC, and having an independent arbitrator attached to all the documents. And so I was being very, very much pushed by people, to join one side or the other, and to support people, and do all these kinds of things. And my nature is to see everybody's qualities and try and stay on a platform where I can remember their very, very nice Vaishnava consciousness and so on. But it's not necessarily, the only position or even the best. Who's more advanced, Bhishma or Vyasadeva? We expect Vyasadeva to be more in this consciousness of Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, and Bhishmadev, yeah, seeing right and wrong, seeing different things and making opinions, but chastising people, for their welfare. So in some ways it could be a much better thing rather than just allowing people to go on and appreciating them from different perspectives, to actually also then chastise them and so on. Yeah. But for me, it was very, very strong and purport, because it supported that this is okay, that I'm not a demon. Yeah, it's just a close associate of Lord Chaitanya. And he's this way. You can't, not that everybody should be Bhishma Devs. There should be some people who always appreciate everybody and see their good qualities. Of course, myself also, maybe I have my limits in different ways. But that's just what verse we were trying to point out here, that all of us, and Lord Chaitanya is showing, Chaitanya Charitamrita, who he's dealing. This is this one little ray of Lord Chaitanya's mercy from the moonshine that's coming up, because we can see how, okay, this is more like my position. Yes, it's authentic. Okay, I should change that. Okay, yeah, yeah. When Raghunath Bhatta Goswami was absorbed in remembrance of Lord Krishna, he would take the Tulsi garland and the prasad of Lord Jagannath, given by Lord Chaitanya, and bind them together and wear them on his neck. Okay. Thus I have described the powerful mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by which Raghunath Bhatta Goswami constantly remained overwhelmed with ecstatic love of Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bestows ecstatic love for Krishna upon anyone who hears all these topics with faith and love. And it says then, Sri Rupa Raga Onata Pade Yarsha Chaitanya Charitamrita Kohe Krishna Das. Praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishnadas, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Thus in the Bhaktivedanta purport to the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya-lila, chapter 13, describing Jagadananda's visit to Vrindavan, the Lord is hearing the song of the Devi Dasi, and Raghunatha Bhatta Goswami is feeling love for Krishna. Die. So, anybody have any comments, realizations, maybe even questions? I like
This
my huh?
Ramdas ever became Ramdas became the Vaishnav, but he left his desire to merge into Lord Ramachandra.
I myself, I know, maybe somebody else knows, but I don't remember anything else, about him. But that's a fact, just by chanting like that. It depends if he depends if he didn't offend Lord Chaitanya, if he was taking Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda's mercy Otherwise, it says, yeah, one can go on chanting Hare Krishna mantra, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama for many lifetimes and never get love of God. But if one takes a little bit of faith in Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, then very quickly he can get free from contaminations of karma and jnana, and dhyana.
So, we're not mentioned much about Chaitanya Charitamrita, what happened to him.
Yeah, I don't remember anything more. Yeah, but sometimes, yeah, like what's his name? Pushtimarg, Balabacharya. It kind of seems that Balabacharya never got rid of his desires for independent, fame and reputation. But Lord Chaitanya's mercy is this, permanently working in our hearts, and maybe it'll take 2 lifetimes or something. Yeah.
So, any other question or comment from Maharaj? Anything? Anyone has?
Yeah.
No comment?
Yeah.
Andika Prabhu, you have not had any?
Too much information, Prabhu. I'm observing that.
Yeah. The second week we've done it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, these are like verses. This is what I call the essence. This distillation after 40 years. These are verses that have really stood out for us. So taking us 40 years to appreciate them. Yeah. Raghunatha Pade Rahu Morash Prarthana Koro He Sada Naratamadas.
So, no question, no comments?
Oh, okay. Then I can offer Lord Jagannath hot milk and with sugar. He has a headache.
So, Arivallabi, you don't have any question for Maharaj?
Maharaj, any advice on Gaur Purnima?
Nothing really special. I asked Big Brother. We took an Vaisheshika was given second initiation, the same letter I was given first initiation. So he's my big brother, And of course, we had a lot of service together in different places. But I asked him after all these years, what's your advice on books distribution? And he said, after all these years, my basic understanding is stack them up where you can see them and get them out. So keep noticing your calendar and seeing that it's there. Now we got what do you call it? Calendar from Mirari, and we maybe ourselves we can start thinking about if we're all going to rent a big truck and go to Mirari or something, or so just keep on thinking about it and developing different ways, yourself, your personal way of taking advantage. It comes once a year, so improve your baba for Gorpanima over what it was last year. Just chant Nitai Goranga one time. That'll be enough.
Maharaj, here I'm reading this in Chaitanya Bhagavat. That what I've lost it. Oh, here it is. Those who chant loudly in Kirtan receives 100 times the benefit as those who chant silently to themselves. Harinam Sankirtan can award the fruits all spiritual means and their attainable goals. So this can Ramdas must have achieved that, Maharaj, because he got an association of Raghunath Bhatta.
Yeah, he was almost a Vaishnava, it says.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, again, you have Bollywood songs. You are my Radha, I am your Krishna.
That's why we end up in Murfreesboro.
Yeah, yeah. So it's not again. It's almost a Vaishnava. It's just and Krishna will come along and kick you in the rear end and pull you by the nose and somehow or other you begin to realize next step. That's why we're here, right? Yeah. His previous life we had something, but let's make as much progress as possible. The sun does a very good opportunity. Okay, now we're gonna retire now. We'll be here and we're gonna go into the background now and listen to.
One more, I'm reading this for
Okay.
Mahabharat Prabhat Khand. They said, Holy name of the Supreme Lord is all auspicious in every respect. The highest benediction is sweeter than nectar, and it is transcendental, eternal fruit of the tree of knowledge and awareness. O best of the Bhragus, whether one chants Krishna's name with faith or derisively uttered even only once, this name will deliver the chanter from material bondage. Once, how we understand that, Mark?
Whenever I hear this, when I was I graduated from college and still was hanging out with some of our friends from the fraternity in college and different people. And one of my friends there was a fellow named Mike Walters. A very nice person, very simple, straightforward, And so I was becoming a Hare Krishna devotee, and I think I remember one time I read this about chanting the names of Krishna one time, and everything else happens, And he just like a little bit like smiling a little bit, but also a little faith. He just chanted it very loudly, like that. And what? Maybe Krishna will I'll meet him again, and then that okay, maybe you get it. It happened, but it's like you plant the seed. You don't get a mango, for maybe like 3 years, yeah, or something, yeah. But yeah, it's done. It's finished. Unless you're offensive. He had little faith in the chanting. He did it. You believe this may work. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I understand. Yeah, it's going to work. Yeah. Yeah.
What means is started the path of devotion or what?
What's that?
The work made that it worked. That means that your friend he started on path of devotion by uttering once name of Krishna.
I mean, again, everybody's different. He might have been a devotee in some ways, of Allah or something in previous life, or maybe again he was coming with nothing there or something. But yeah, somehow or other, there's a little bit of faith. Basically, kind of if you're born in America, in God we trust. It's just I noticed that when was it when I guess when Biden was running for president, then there's somebody else they had, Clinton and everybody, and what's his name, Mrs. Barack Obama, all of them said the name of God at least one time. I think she finished off her whole speech with something about God bless America or something, and very calculated, I'm sure. But at the same time too, it was sincere. Okay, and so yeah, that's America. You look at the Japanese before during World War II, they had no understanding of Christianity, very rare, and they were simply worshiping, exalting a person. What is this? This is in the mode of passion, in fascism. And that was it. They were dying for the emperor, and he was glorified. Nobody could hear his voice, and so it was millions of people involved in a cult of passion like that, and so on. And so then somebody with a little bit of faith or whatever they believe should work or something, they try. Okay, it's done. Loud voice. Yeah, they did it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so the seed is planted, and then it depends on what kind of soil, what kind of everything else, but it's there. And unless we commit offenses, then it's going to grow. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Maharaj. So though nobody has any other question, the time is already late for you. We will have Vaishnav nursing a prayer and Vaishnav Pranam. So, Darshanavan, you want to read us in nursing a prayer, please?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Thank you. Namaste Narsingaya Prahlad Daine Hiranyakashi Ruvakshaha Srilatanka Nakalaye Ito Narsingo Parato Narsingo Yato ya Mitato Narsingo Bahir Narsingo Hridaye Narsingo Narsingamadim Sharanam Prapade Tava Kara Kamala Vare Nakham Adbhuta Shringar Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringam Keshavadvita Narhari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Tava Kara Kamala Vare Nakham Adbhuta Shringar Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringam Keshavadvita Narhari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Narsinga Dev Jaya Narsinga Dev Jaya Narsinga Dev Jaya Narsinga Dev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya Guru Devai 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 नरसिंह भगवान की जय प्रहलाद महाराज की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय हरे कृष्णा Thank you.
Thank you, Darshan. So tomorrow we'll again resume the discussion in Canto 6, Chapter 15, verse 1 to 15. Hopefully everyone will come prepared because very important verses there. So with that, we end the program for tonight and have Krishna Pranam.
Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.